everyone, I am Delirious. So, there was once a time that you were just becoming a furry. Figuring out what is a furry and coming in brand new. But for a lot of you young furries, which is probably majority of these viewers, you're probably thinking, what are my parents going to say? We all seem to want to get our parents' approval, but they may not be educated enough and think it's weird and have gathered maybe the wrong kind of information from it. Personally, I could just go over these topics myself to share with you, but I thought I could bring in a second party, someone who's in the same place as your parents. I thought I could bring in my mom to ask her a few questions to share with you. I have 10 questions I have lined up to ask her, and she will be answering them just her opinion and her thoughts full-heartedly. So, here we go. Interview number 1.
Okay, so I was just gonna do this to, get better idea of what parents think of the furry fandom, to maybe help out other kids that are in this situation, because that's a big question a lot of younger furries ask when they first join. So I have my mom with me to answer some of those questions in her own opinions. This is what she thinks. And so I have some questions written down that are thought up of me and other people that have familiar questions and wanted to know. So she'll ask these. Okay, so first question I have. So before I became a furry and participated in the furry fandom, what was your initial idea on what a furry was?
Well, I had no idea. I think the only thing you ever saw was the TV shows that portrayed it kind of fairly negatively.
So, next question. What did you think about me being a furry?
Well, it's not really that big a deal. I just thought it was really kind of strange or different, and I didn't know what you were going to do with that.
So, what do you think about it now? Has it changed from your first thoughts?
Yeah, I guess now it's not really any different than the Comic-Cons or the Trekkies. Basically, I'd say it's the exact same thing. It's just a very expensive habit.
You know how much hate and bullying this fandom gets and, the views of others? What's your opinion on those people that are negative towards this fandom?
Well, I don't know whether they're negative towards other fandoms, because it really isn't any different than Trekkies or the Comic-Con. In fact, at the Comic-Con, they have furries there too, so it's not really any different than anything else that's out there.
So, what was your reaction and thoughts when I first got my suit of Delirious?
Well, I didn't know what you were going to do with it, and it's very expensive, and to me it's a hobby that I didn't know what you were going to do with it.
So, what did you think about the convention you went to?
It was pretty tame. It was interesting to see all the different suits. There was all sorts of different suits, which was pretty fun to see. It's nothing that I'm interested in going back to. I don't have that much interest in that. It was interesting to go to some of the seminars. The Fur Science information is pretty interesting, and it's something you can catch online too.
What do you think about younger furries? Should they be able to go to conventions?
Oh, I think so. Maybe even some of the conventions, if there's enough younger people, they'll have more seminars or things that younger people can do as well. So,
do you think one has to come out as a furry and people, in their parents and friends in their life?
I don't really see that as anything. It's a hobby. Lots of people have different hobbies. It's just one of them.
Agree with that. So, some more fun questions. So, what's your favorite part of the furry fandom?
Of the fandom, I don't know that I know that much about it. It is pretty neat to see the different costumes. Yeah.
So, last question. What animal do you think your persona would be?
I have no idea.
No clue?
No clue.
Oh, sad.
I
Not
know.
even a dog or a horse?
No, it's nothing I've ever thought about.
We have to figure something out on that.
I see.
Okay. Thanks for answering these questions.
Okay.
I hope it helps somebody.
All right.
Okay, so again, these are just her opinions. I could go over what I think is wrong or add more information to it. But again, your parents or the people you're trying to explain the furry fandom to don't need a whole essay. They just kind of need the gist of it. That's all they're probably going to understand or listen to. So I hope this video kind of turns out positive, as my mom is a supporter of what I do, and I hope it can be kind of used as a tool for other young furries. Being a furry is an adventurous thing. It's something we should enjoy. It's a hobby. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm hoping to interview more people, like teachers and other peers, on different questions and opinions on the furry fandom. So thanks again. See you in the next one. Bye-bye, guys!